Have you ever thought of Social Security like an innocent little lamb that is so caring and gentle, but then on the other hand, being a vicious predator that is absolutely ruthless? Well, that's literally how this program is set up. It is a really great program that's taking care of tens of millions of seniors and people with disabilities, but then on the other hand, they have policies and practices in place that turn this program into an absolutely vicious predator that goes after so many people. Well, that's literally what's being highlighted right here in this article, and I just want to pop this up on the screen for you in just a minute so you can see exactly what's happening here. This is a nasty situation. I just want to bring this to your attention so you can see some of the nasty things that happen within Social Security and how some seniors, like this lady right here, Ruth, that's being highlighted in this article, is absolutely getting hammered by Social Security because of literally no fault of hers at all. No fault of her own, but yet they're coming after her for tens and tens and tens of thousands of dollars. This is absolutely nasty, and I just want you to be aware of this because this could happen to any of us at any given time. Now, I just want to say this really quickly. I'm not here to scare anybody, but rather I just want you to see what happens within Social Security and how some unsuspecting people get communication from Social Security, and it can get really bad really, really fast. However, it's only a very, very small percentage of total beneficiaries that ever deal with something like this unfortunate woman who's going through this. Totally sad situation, but again, I'll pop that up in just a second. However, I want to give a really fast shout out to Amy Roberts, Jimmy Cowart, Betty Parker, Charlotte, Deborah, Kenneth, Dolores are just some of them that I've seen. Oh, Kit Kat on the list as well. They are just some of the 3,000 people that have reached out to that team of trusted advisors to get help with their Medicare plans. And again, it could be Medicare supplements, Medigap plans, Part D plans, Medicare Advantage, or for those people that are turning 65 or retiring, again, this is by far your best resource. Give them a call. It is 100% for free. They will review all of the plans that are out there, over 20,000 by the way, find you the best plan at the best price with the best coverages and the best fit for you and your personal needs. Please do not try to hack this out yourself. Call them. They will help you through this. They will hold your hand through this, figuratively speaking, by the way, not physically, but they will help you through this, and they will do all of that research so that you do not need to spend days, weeks, and months of your own time. They can literally help you with this in a matter of minutes. And by the way, the average person is saving $1,100 and getting better coverages. Obviously, no guarantees, but they're helping a ton of people. Make sure to join all the people I just gave a shout out to and the other 3,000 people here in the community that have called them. And it's totally free. By the way, after you talk to them, leave me a comment down below. Let me know how it goes. And make sure to add the word into your comment of chapter, just because that's the keyword that I search for to find all these comments to give shout outs. And I'd love to feature you in an upcoming video. All right, anyway, let's pop this article up right here, right now. Here it is. Let's talk through what this unfortunate woman is going through right now. Okay, so like I said, I'm not here to scare anybody, but rather I'm here to just bring this to your attention so you can see what goes on within Social Security. And again, it's a very small percentage of total beneficiaries that deal with this. But here's what happens. Social Security obviously sends out benefit checks to over 73 million beneficiaries, most of which totally great. Awesome. People are getting paid every single month. It's really, really nice. It's a really nice thing to be a beneficiary, except for those people that randomly get overpayment letters. Now, you might think of that and say, I've never received one. I don't care. I don't need to watch this. And if that's how you feel, that's okay. I'm not going to force anybody to watch. I don't really care. If you don't want to watch, that's totally fine. All I'm saying is that nobody knows that an overpayment letter is going to come in. You don't know. You just randomly get it. And then it's like, uh-oh, this is really bad, and it's gotten really bad really fast. Well, that's exactly what happened to this woman right here. Ruth, who is being highlighted in this article, she is being served with an overpayment of nearly $70,000. $70,000. Social Security is coming after her for that. So here's the situation, as you can see here in the article. So basically what happened is she lost her husband. You know, our condolences go out to you, Ruth. Sad situation, right? So she lost her husband. She was then going to be receiving his benefit. This is a thing. You can do this, right? It's very common, okay? So she was going to start receiving his benefit. Then she was communicated to by Social Security that basically they were overpaying her husband at the time by $70,000. So she got an overpayment letter, requesting nearly $70,000 of back payments or overpayments paid back to Social Security. Which, by the way, if you didn't realize this, when you get an overpayment letter from Social Security, they give you 30 days to pay it back. So you could be overpaid by Social Security by a year, 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20 years. They could overpay somebody. But then when they realize it and send an overpayment letter out, you get 30 days to pay it back. Figure that out. Does that make any logical sense whatsoever? I don't know. To me, that makes no logical sense. So they could overpay somebody for 20 years, but then they want all that money back in 30 days. Yeah, that makes a lot of logical sense. Yeah, who's the brainiac that thought of that idea, right? I feel like, hey, if you overpaid us for 20 years, then guess what? We should be able to pay you back over 20 years too, right? So anyway, I don't know. That's just the rule, okay? But anyway, unfortunately for her, she got this overpayment letter, and she's now being stuck with a $70,000 bill from Social Security, okay? Obviously, as you can see here with the article, she's very nervous. Does this mean she needs to sell her house? Like, what is her situation here? Like, what are her options? That's a bad situation. That is really, really rough. And again, I'm not suggesting that we're all going to get a bill for 70 grand from Social Security. I'm not saying that at all. All I'm saying is that this could happen to any of us at any given time. Let's just hope that if it happens to anybody, first off, let's cross our fingers that this happens to no one. But unfortunately, that would be ignorant thinking. It will happen to some people. But in the event of an overpayment, let's just hope that the letter comes in with a significantly lower dollar amount than that, right? That would be a really, really unfortunate bill to get. That's a huge amount of money for anybody to just cut a check and be like, yeah, sure, I don't care. Here, take 70 grand. No problem whatsoever. No, that's not the case for like anybody, right? So anyway, I just want you to be aware that these situations are out there. Unfortunately, I've seen a few of these popping up recently. And again, because of the rules that came out and changed earlier this year. Remember, they were having a 10% garnishment. Remember that? From last year, March of last year until March of this year, it was a 10% garnishment. And then in March of this year, March 7th to be exact, they came out with a press release and said, oh, we're going to raise that up to 100% garnishment. Well, then they came back about a month later in mid-April and they said, nah, just kidding. We're actually going to do 50%, okay? But regardless, 50% is still a rough situation to garnish benefits until that overpayment is paid back. It's better than 100%, but it's way worse than 50%, or sorry, it's way worse than 10%, right? 50% garnishment. So unfortunately, in this woman's situation, Ruth, who I featured here in this article, she's basically going to surrender her benefit for the rest of her life probably at a 50% garnishment until that 70 grand is paid back. That's probably not going to happen. I'm just being real with you, right? That whole $70,000. So point being is that this could come in at any given time. Any of us could get one of these overpayment letters. Now, does that mean we have to cut a check to Social Security today and say, here you go, take all my money, plus a whole bunch that somebody probably doesn't have? No, that's not what it comes down to. What I would encourage you is if you get an overpayment letter, you have options. Please exercise your options before you just automatically lose your benefit or cut a check to Social Security. Why not? Why not exercise your options? Here's your options. You can file an appeal, okay? You can file an appeal and say, no, this is your fault. This was not my fault in any way, shape, or form. I'm not on the hook for this. Obviously, you're going to go through the steps of filing an appropriate appeal, but basically, you're basically saying, no, this is not my fault. I'm not paying this, and I completely reject this. And you could possibly get that approved. Now, again, the likelihood of getting an appeal approved is probably honestly pretty low. I'm just simply saying it does not hurt to ask, okay? Other option could be is filing a waiver. Basically, the waiver suggests is that you have to fill out your income and just show that, hey, this was my income during this time. This is my situation. You got to ask or answer a whole bunch of questions. And then also you could attest to saying that if I were to pay this or if you were to garnish my benefit at this rate, I would become homeless or the situation, whatever it happens to be, and they could possibly reduce the garnishment rate or, they could compromise to some degree. Point being is that these are your options. Please exercise those options before they just automatically start taking your money, okay? And they will start automatically garnishing benefits roughly 90 days after an overpayment letter is sent out, and if there's no communication or no action taken, they will automatically start garnishing that 50% of someone's benefit in the event of an overpayment, okay? So I want to make this very clear. Over the last several months here that I've talked about overpayments, I always see comments down below saying, am I just going to have my benefit cut? Well, did you get an overpayment letter? Right? I guess that's what I want to understand first. So no, they're not just going to come in and start garnishing benefits at a rate of 50% just to anybody. No, not at all. It's a very, very, very small percentage of beneficiaries that get these overpayment letters. And then that's when the garnishment comes in. If they do not get any kind of appeal or waiver or any communication, then they will start garnishing benefits. Now, one last note I want to leave with you with is this much. Okay, if you get an overpayment letter, file an appeal, file for a waiver, whatever you got to do. Reason being is, as long as an appeal is filed or a waiver has been filed, as long as one of those has been filed with them, they will take no action to recoup or garnish benefits until that has been resolved. Point being is that worst case scenario, you're going to milk the clock a little bit and push it out into the future at least a few months until a resolution on the appeal has actually come in. Okay, so at worst case scenario, you're going to delay the inevitable by at least a few months. And if you don't want to do that, then fine, right? But I'm not saying is just if you can delay it, if you can get out of it somehow, if you can reduce the garnishment rate, if you can reduce the amount that they're going to collect from you, whatever the situation is, please exercise your options, okay? Now again, as I said at the beginning of the video, in general, Social Security is like a cute, sweet little lamb that's so fluffy and sweet, and you just get to touch it and pet it and whatever you get to do, right? It's totally fine. For the most part, it's great. It's helping out tens of millions of seniors, helping out tens of millions, well, not tens of millions, it's helping out millions of people with disabilities. Overall, the program is great. It's helping out a ton of people. There's a 99% plus accuracy rate of their payments that go out. That's really good. That's really, really good. Unfortunately, for the fraction of 1% of people that get these overpayments or errors that go out, well, that's a whole other situation. And that's when Social Security can turn into a vicious predator that is absolutely ruthless, and they'll come after somebody, and it's going to get ugly, okay? Anyway, not here to scare anybody, but rather here to tell you your options and just to let you know that these are real situations. These do happen, and I just want you to be aware of what your options are going forward. All right, anyway, again, huge shout out to all those people that I gave a shout out to earlier. Betty Parker, Amy Roberts, Jamie Cowart, Kit Kat, Deborah, Charlotte, Kenneth. I think I'm missing a person or two. I apologize, whoever I said earlier. Again, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. And again, call them just like those people I just shouted out right there. Give them a call. They called just like the other 3,000 people here in the community that have called to get a free review on their Medicare plan to find the best plan at the best price with the best coverages and the best fit for their personal needs. And it is 100% for free to work with them. And call them, give them a call, 5, 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes on the phone. They will understand your situation. They will listen to you and your personal needs. They will shop all the 20,000 plans that are out there, find you your best options so you can see the doctors you want, the providers you want to see, the networks you want to be within, the offices, the clinics you want to go to, the prescription needs if you have any at all, whatever else that you have on your wish list, they will find those for you and present you your options. Please take advantage of that. And again, after you talk to them, you get some help from them, leave me a comment down below. Make sure to include the word chapter in your comment, because that is how I find these comments, is I just literally do a keyword search and I just find those down below in the comment section, and I'd love to feature you and give you a shout out in a future video. Otherwise, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. Big subscribe button down below. Share this video, big share button right down below as well. And again, share that phone number with your friends, your family members, neighbors, acquaintances, siblings, coworkers, parents, neighbors down the street, neighbors down the hall, anybody that you know that needs some help with that. Please go ahead and share that phone number with them right there. And then when they save a bunch of money and get better help, then you get all that credit, which is honestly really, really awesome. All right, anyway, go ahead and like the video, like button right down below as well, the thumbs up button. Otherwise, leave your comments, questions, feedback. Otherwise, check out the nearly 6,000 videos here on the channel in the video library. The popular videos I've hand selected for you down below in the description or popping up on your screen in just a second. You'll see those. Check those out. Otherwise, until next time, enjoy, have a good one, and I'll catch you again later in the next video.